1-5, somehow the Ravens now lead the AFC North and have a 72% chance to win the division. They're currently on a 5-game win streak. So, of course, since it's Thanksgiving, we're going to up the ante here and call this a must-win game. Who is this a must-win game for, D. Wood?
I mean, for me, it's the Cincinnati Bengals. Because if you're going to go out there and you're going to trot Joe Burrow out there, the only reason Joe Burrow's out there is because they haven't been mathematically eliminated in the AFC North. And so if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, you have to win this game. You have to win the game. If you don't win this game, I think now you got to start having discussions about what exactly we want to do with our quarterback. Do we want to continue to put our quarterback out there? Now, I know players want to play regardless, but if you don't win this game, I don't see any path forward for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, Stephen A., is this a must-win game for the Ravens? We've read all the stats on kind of where they are. Where do you see it?
Well, listen, I'm going to take that back. I don't think so, because I think that, unfortunately, for me, I can't rely on the Steelers being consistent in winning. And we all know that the Baltimore Ravens could lose this week. And
they're not even a question.
No. I'm just saying, is it a must-win for the Ravens? No, because they're battling the Steelers for AFC North supremacy. And since I expect the Steelers to lose their share of games, it's not the must-win for the Baltimore Ravens. The Bengals, you look at them right now, they're 3-8. Damn, RC. I mean, they're 3-8. You can't afford to lose any more games. Even if you win every single game, you still, in all likelihood, won't make the postseason. Every second matters, let alone every game. But for the Baltimore Ravens, unfortunately, because of the Steelers' inconsistencies and their struggles, the Ravens can afford to lose and still have a chance to win the NFC North, the AFC North. Yes, they can.
Stephen A., ain't nobody asked you nothing about the Steelers.
It's a must-win game.
Courtney asked about the Ravens. Courtney asked about the Ravens. And you know what you got to
Who are the Ravens? Who are the Ravens tied with? Who are the Ravens tied with in the
AFC North? But you ain't got to say nothing negative about them to say something positive about the Ravens. That's hating. That's not it's Thanksgiving. And here's the thing.
We're covering the game. Go ahead.
Here's the other thing, too. It is a must-win for the Ravens. And I've been trying to think of, how I could paint a picture for people about who the Ravens are. Right? At the beginning of the season, we all talked about how this was the best roster in football. So, the Ravens are like a supermodel, right? But right now, they're playing like that supermodel before she go to hair and makeup. Right? All the stuff that's supposed to be there, all the things that's supposed to make them beautiful, we aren't seeing. And the most telling play was last week when they're playing the Jets. It's early on in the game. It's the first drive. Lamar Jackson gets out of the pocket and nobody's around. I'm talking about Moses part the Red Sea, nobody around. And he refused to run.
Yep.
That lets me know something is wrong with Lamar Jackson. And the reasons that the Ravens offense, from a running standpoint, have been so difficult to stop is because of him. And if he can't do that, and if he can't develop more chemistry with his wide receivers, they won't beat anybody in the playoffs anyway. And you got to remember, the two people the Baltimore Ravens wish they could never see the rest of their life is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They put up 1,000,000 yards against the Baltimore Ravens every time they play. And if that offense isn't right, they could lose this game tonight. They better find a way to win and play better because they will be a non-factor down the stretch.
A few things to say. Number one, Lamar Jackson is 10-2 in starts versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get that out of the way. Even though the offense is prolific, the bottom line, he finds a way to beat them. That's number one. Number two, I wanted to say, Orange Crush, you sounded so positive there. I mean, every word that you articulated, you were just beaming with positivity. I mean, did you hear him, Woody? I mean, did he sound, that sounded so positive to you. You see what I'm saying? This kind of stuff that we're dealing with. So guess what we're going to do on Thanksgiving, on this Thanksgiving Day? It's about 18 minutes from 11 o'clock, hour number 2. We're going to start up hour number 2. You know what I'm going to do, RC?
What?
I'm going to dedicate 11 o'clock to 11:30 to you and Woody. And I'm going to cover, and to all the athletes out there, all the sports.
All positivity?
I'm going to talk about sports the way y'all want me to. It's not me. America, it won't be me. This is me giving. I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna give commentary the way the RCs of the world and all the athletes, all the sports world, from 11 to 11:30. I'm dedicating this to y'all. Wait for it.
Do you know what you're doing?
11 o'clock, 17 minutes away.
You good with that? You sure you're good with that?
God rest his soul. You remember when Kobe came out in that playoff game and he just passed the ball the entire time?
Yeah.
Because everybody was talking about he shot too much.
I was there.
Don't you? Hey, don't you do that?
It was against Phoenix, Game 7.
Game 7. Yeah, don't you do that?
I was there. Do you know that game? Do you know that's the maddest? I think that's one of the maddest times I've ever been. I flew from LaGuardia Airport in New York to Phoenix for that damn Game 7 when he did that. Do you know that? Oh, I was ticked off. But that's all right. All right.
Man. You're making a lot of declarations today, Stephen A. I'm going to hold you to this. All right.
Usually, a guy of Joe Burrow's stature, you as a coach, I don't care who it is, coach, whatever, you tend to lean on the players like, okay, if you feel good enough to play, then you're going to go out there and play because that's what players do. So, listen, if Joe Burrow's healthy, it doesn't matter. He's going to play. Like, that's the bottom line. We don't like, as players, the worst place to be is injured. You don't feel a part of the team. So now that he's back healthy,
hey,
that's the deal.
Bengals don't win, if the Bengals get mathematically eliminated, you want to have that conversation that Joe Burrow should be resting, I agree with you there. But as long as they have some sort of chance, not great, but some sort of chance of keeping their season alive, I want the guy out there.
I want to even push back on that. Even when you're mathematically eliminated,
he's going to want to play.
He's going to want to play.
I understand.
That's what players do.
There are going to be players across the league, maybe not quite of his stature, but players across the league that continue playing when their team is mathematically eliminated.
That's
All
right.
that said, I totally get the way you see it. Most of me leans that way also, and so I'm glad that it came up. I've been waiting all week for some.
Ruled out of a game in which the center of Dallas's defensive line suddenly has become a force with Quinnen Williams, who they acquired from the Jets. The Dallas defense in the 2 games that Williams has played has been markedly improved, dramatically different, and today they will take on a Chiefs offense missing their best offensive lineman.
Which is critical, and D. Wood and I were talking about this in the production meeting this morning. Head-to-head with Quinnen Williams, the new acquisition, so keep an eye on the interior of that defense. Now, our buddy Rex Ryan has been screaming and yelling for the Chiefs, please run the ball, please run the ball, please run the ball. Last week they ran the ball and it was effective. With the absence now of their guard, how much do you think that this game is about the Chiefs running it? They're going to get Pacheco back as well, I think, today.
Yep.
And how much of this game is about Mahomes just airing it out?
Listen, at the end of the day, it's still going to come down to Mahomes, but I do think they still need to be committed to running the football because you got to keep a defense honest. Last thing you want is your team to become one-dimensional and these guys start pinning their ears back because ultimately in that defense, that's what they want to do. All defense linemen want to rush the passer. So Andy Reid and company has to still be committed to running the football.
I definitely think it comes down to that. But what you started off with where you said, I know it's all about Patrick Mahomes. That's what it's about. And Patrick Mahomes playing in Dallas, a Texas kid, coming home of such. That's what we're going to be watching for. Yes, we want to see if Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, can they pick up 4 or 5 yards a carry? The hell with all of that. I want to see Patrick Mahomes, when he gets a guy open, complete that pass, him running around. Go ahead, Chef.
Now, here's my question for you. As a former player,
Yeah.
does it mean more to you when you're